Hey there, Michael Church with crawlspaceninja.com, and today I'm going to tell you why that we offer or promise a no cat urine odor with our crawlspace plastic or vapor barrier. So stay tuned for this exciting information. Okay, up until a couple of years ago, it seemed like nobody was really talking about one of the biggest flaws of crawl space encapsulations, which could be that you get a cat urine odor or a cat pee odor in your crawl space, and everybody's saying, well, the encapsulation is causing it, you shouldn't encapsulate the crawl space. There's a couple of videos out there that say that kind of stuff, but basically there's a couple things that you need to know if you're having a cat urine or cat pee smell in your crawl space, and how to either fix it or prevent it. Number one of the first things nobody talks about is that you should never put the vapor barrier, the new crawl space plastic, over the old crawl space plastic, okay? So if you've got like a visqueen or a 6mm clear or black builder grade kind of plastic down there, take that stuff out and get rid of it. Just go ahead and pull it all out, and then look for debris underneath that vapor barrier. You want to make sure that all the wood, anything that can grow mold basically, is not left underneath the vapor barrier. So make sure you do that as well. Get down there and just get you a good garbage bag or 2 or 10 or however many it takes, and get all that debris out of there. You don't have to worry about, like, sometimes they'll pour concrete down there, rocks. I mean, you want to get the rocks out so that it doesn't mess up the vapor barrier. If you have a really hard terrain, like it's really gravelly or something that could pierce the plastic, then I recommend you get a good underlayment or perhaps double up on the plastic, okay? And I know I just told you to get the old vapor barrier out, so why would I double up? Well, the old vapor barrier probably has dirt, mold, and other things all over the top of it, so you want to go ahead and pull that out first. Then what you want to do is make sure you invest in a really good vapor barrier, okay? Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that all reinforced vapor barrier causes a cat urine odor, but I want you to think about something. I have here the official Crawl Space Ninja 12mm vapor barrier, which is basically one solid piece of plastic. It is virgin resin, non-reinforced, so in other words, it doesn't have the reinforcement cords inside of it. You know, when you say something's non-reinforced, it probably makes it sound like it's inferior. But the thing about this is since it's one solid piece, it's not gonna tear, it's not gonna, I mean, look at this. This is, it's good stuff, right? So look at that. I mean, yeah, it'll wrinkle up, but who's gonna do that to their plastic anyway? It cuts really nice. A reinforced vapor barrier with the cords all in it dulls your knife really fast. So this one's gonna be an easier install. But this is our 12mm, which is available on our DIY page. We've also got a 10mm. But anyway, since there is nothing, so whenever I cut the edge, there's no exposed cord. Whenever I cut the edge of a reinforced vapor barrier, no matter how good the resin is, nothing, I expose the cord. So if there's moisture, so let's say this piece is touching the ground, and there's moisture that can get into that exposure from where I cut it, it automatically can cause a type of cat urine odor, because that thing over time will continue to delaminate or separate because it's made of, it's glue. There's, as you can see, 2 different plastics that are glued together with a reinforced cord inside. Okay, so by cutting it, I expose the glue. If the glue didn't adhere well, so in other words, if it wasn't perfectly sealed and there's air bubbles and gaps and things like that, which you typically find on your cheaper crawl space plastics, it's going to allow more moisture in and delaminate faster. Your better reinforced vapor barriers are going to hold longer, but they still expose the cord, which allows moisture to get in. So those are some of the things that I would recommend to make sure that your crawl space has no cat urine odor at all. One last thing I want to mention, we have a product called Antifresh, which is also available on our website. Antifresh is a natural odor eliminator that doesn't cover up odors. It actually uses like microorganisms and all this other stuff to eat odors, because you don't know if your crawl space ever suffered some kind of sewage leak or backup or anything like that. So when you pull that plastic back, when you get that plastic removed, the old vapor barrier removed off of the crawl space floor, and everything looks pretty good, why don't you go ahead and apply some antifresh on the ground. Then when you put the new vapor barrier down, this one, then you're not gonna have a cat pee odor later on in life. So anyway, I hope that was some great information for you. My name is Michael Church with crawlspaceninja.com, and we're doing a free DIY guide. If you'll check the description down below, you can download our crawl space encapsulation DIY guide. It's got some great information, some things to think about that probably a lot of people aren't talking about, especially our competitors. But anyway, my name is Michael Church, and I hope you like this video down below also, and I make it a blessed and happy day, and thanks for watching.